How you doing, everybody? All right, so over the weekend was the Arena Direct for Secrets of Strixhaven. Arena Direct is the Magic format where you compete with other players for boxes, essentially. Basically, monetary rewards if you want to sell the boxes or open the boxes. But I do like participating in these events ever since I started playing Magic, and got a couple of boxes. I wanted to discuss and give an example of a run. I wouldn't super recommend doing these events, honestly, unless you are very familiar with Magic and you consistently do well in limited formats. But if you do want to watch and maybe learn some things, it can be useful for sealed and pre-release gameplay, that kind of thing. So I just wanted to go over a particular run that I had. I tried to record a lot of my runs, whether streaming or just like offline recording. Some of them I got, and I do want to discuss some of them that I had, but overall, they're fun events if you have the resources to join them, and can be good if you do well. So let's get started. So here we are just going to go through it. So while I was playing, I didn't really what's the word? I didn't really talk too much. Some of the ones that I streamed and tried to talk, I wouldn't say I did particularly well. Let me add the sound on this actually. I don't think it's connected right now, so that's real quick. So we'll go here. That should work. So the ones that I did go through, I wouldn't say I had the best focus, so I'm gonna just talk through my decisions here for this particular run. Not all the runs went this well. This one we opened a bunch of rares. I wouldn't say they were all super good for one particular archetype, which is what you want, but they gave me some flexibility. I think we'll see what I particularly decided on. So looking through the pool, we can see that there's I always like looking at the removal and then the win conditions, and then basically the support and filler cards afterwards. Here, I guess if you're not super familiar with Magic, it's kind of not clear what I'm looking for here, but I'm just looking for like really good removal and really powerful like bomb type cards that can win you the game on the spot. Like in this one, I would say like Together is one, very strong. Removes a creature and then also draws you like 3 to 5 cards, which is insane value. Probably one of the best rares that you can open if you can play the converge mechanic, which is to have all the colors. Archaic's also very good. Mind Over Matter can be pretty good, right? Draws you a bunch of cards, and does something, right? Draws you cards, does something. Very good way to win. Here we have a lot of white black. Here we have decent good amount of white red cards as well, where they're all pretty good. The green is looking kind of okay. There's some cards, but not a lot of removal. The white has a decent amount of good removals. Yeah, something I like looking at is just looking at all the rares that we have. So if we look here, right, the ones that jump out is the green cards, the Augmenter, the Scavenger, and then Mind Over Matter, and then the Together as one. As well as Splatter Technique being very good if I want to go that direction. And Great Hall of the Bibliopleca is a pretty good land that can let you play multiple different colored spells. And Erode is okay as removal if you need it. So just looking at this, right, good value of cards. I was just looking at Grace and some of the lesser played ones, seeing if I want anything here. Here, the white does look pretty reasonable, right? 2 Shadow Acolytes, Interceptor, Stand Up For Yourself, as well, Group Project, Dromedary. Like those are really good in white red, so there's something there. Blue has nothing. There's literally 4 cards in there, so probably not something we're gonna do. Red has some removal, Bitter Triumph, Blast Grasp, and then some like filler minions, so not super great. Red has 2 Excavators. If we look at the red, that's very interesting here. So it looks like I did decide to pick up the white, which makes very clear. And then the 2 Excavators I think is a really good sign, as well as the multicolored cards for white and red are pretty good. Deflecting Palm stops the damage source, and then deals it back to the opponent. I wouldn't say it's particularly good, but Wilt in the Heat's good removal. Scrollsmith's really nice recursion for spells, and then Pursue the Past is good draw, as well as we adding the Together as one, and then the Archaic. I think those are just mostly auto includes, and especially if you can do 3 colors or anything like that. So I see that I have a white black land, so that does encourage me to maybe try to add some type of black splash or so, but even just playing it normally is pretty fine because I can just maybe I want to move this a little bit just to see on the right side while we're doing the deck construction. So here, just reviewing the deck, I already have 40 cards, so don't really have a big sign to make any big changes. I would say Helping Hand is the one that's like particularly weird, but I do have 2 excavators, so and I was just looking to add a lot of excavator synergy, so I kind of looked at all the cards that had some synergy for excavator and tried to put as many of those in. So we can see the Dromedary, the Stone Glider, the 2 Rebel Rousers, the Scrollsmith, the Pursue the Past, the Group Project, all the Dig Site as well, and the Helping Hand all have synergy, as well as the Tone Blast for Excavator. So there's just a ton of Excavator synergies, and I thought that was like a really nice reason to commit to this, as well as just like double Roto Rouser, double Excavator is just really strong. So I was pretty happy with this pool, even though we're not really running that many rares. We're running the Great Hall, and then what's the other rare? We are running the Erode, I think there's, and then we're running the land as well as the rare. So not a ton of lands, but I think we had some good direction there. Just double checking before I go into the run. Alright, so we go into our first match. We have the Great Hall and a White Source. This is sometimes 2 land openers going first is like very risky, just because if you don't get a 3rd land, you're kind of done. But it's always tough for me to mulligan these type of hands because I have things to do, and as long as I get a 3rd source, the game is fine. But there's been a multiple. This is one of the issues I have with the game, right? Sometimes you don't draw a land source, and then you just lose, and it's just pretty bad. So here, and this is not really a card that's very strong early, but I didn't really have anything else to do, and I wanted to just throw out some tempo. So even though it's not the best 1-drop, it is something to do. So yeah, don't draw a land here, but we can Tone Blast, so we can kill the 1/1, and then we can attack. You could argue that I want to attack and see if he trades so I can hold the Tone Blast, but I think it's fine. Alright, so we do eventually draw the source, and all is fine. Now the game isn't super doomed. The downside though is that I don't have a red, right? So the Great Hall can cast spells of other colors, but not creatures. So I still can't play a Robo Rouser, even though I don't have anything. I have 3 lands or 3 colors. But since I'm not doing anything, I'm gonna be aggressive. Go for the double Dig Site, because the Dig Site will trigger the end step since it was put into exile. So I turned the 1/1 into a 4/4, which is like a pretty engaging stat line, and now there is some pressure being put onto the player. So he's looking. He actually also gets stuck on land, so he's actually just like me. But I have a 4/4, so I was really happy that I used the Dig Site there because he was stuck. And then finally I hit the red, so we're back in business. I can now do kind of play the game normally. So I play the Rubber Rouser, probably mill the other one, and I still get a lot of aggro here. So this is just the nice thing of having a 1-drop that I can attack with, because I was able to play the 1-drop and then pump it. I put 12 damage in pretty much for free, so makes the game a lot safer. So you have to spend a lot of resources dealing with my past plays, and then I can start kind of looking for an end game here. So here I get 6 lands because Rubber Rouser can add a land. Archaic can do something, but we can also just Lorecaster as well. It looks like I'm arcing. Probably because I want to save the Lorecaster for the Togethers one. No, okay. Let's see what we end up doing. Okay, we do play. Okay, that's what I thought we should do. Just play the Lorecaster. It's a 4/4 body, and getting the Tone Blast is also pretty relevant because just hitting him in the face with Tone Blast is nice. He goes for the Sky Coach and the Augmenter, getting a 2/2. The 2/2 when it dies will create a fractal of one less, so it'll create a 1/1 fractal. So the Archaic is really nice here. I can eat the Augmenter. He will be able to crew the Sky Coach in response, but being able to eat the Augmenter just means that he doesn't get the fractal, and I still get to attack him in the face. And I don't know if he wants to trade the 3/2 away. He does want to protect his health. Oh, because I have a Tone Blaster, so he pretty much does have to block there. So yeah, in a tough spot here. Plays let's see what he does. He plays a Sonar and then plays a 4/4. Oh, he plays probably Applied Geometry, yep, on one of his lands to get a 6/6 here. So yeah, draw the Wilt. So I wanted to see if I could do something like Tone Blast and then Wilt to kill the 6/6, or I could just Wilt the 0/4 and then attack with everything, and then he's tapped out, he can't do anything. 4 damage will go in guaranteed, and then I can attack with both, and then hit him for the 6 exact. So we do have lethal here. The other line is to Tone Blast, then Wilt in the Heat the Tone Blast to kill the 6/6, and then you can attack with everything, but then he can block the 3/3 with the 0/4 and go to 5. So this line wins the game here, so I like it a little better. Oh, I shouldn't have attacked with the... Okay, I threw actually. I should not have attacked with the Robo Rouser. Alright, so yeah. I should not have... Okay, now that I'm reviewing this game here, I can see there's a very clear mistake. I should not have attacked the Robo Rouser. Robo Rouser, you can tap it to deal 1. So basically you would tap it to damage it 1, and then you get the 1 red mana. With the 2 red mana, I can cast Tone Blast to the face to deal the 2 damage. So the game would have been over. And especially in these like high level ish formats, you really don't want to give them extra turns when you don't have to, because people do run bombs, people do run swingy cards. He could run like Snarl Song, right, and then gain 5 life here, get 2 5/5s. I'm actually in a big trouble if he plays something like Snarl Song here, where the game would have been over, but then I open up an opportunity for them to recover. Because so often, if I've noticed in these, if you make like unintentional mistakes or like just not closing the game out when you can, so often I have, or my opponents have, like been able to recover, get through the hump, and then start healing. Especially with troves and stuff in the format, there's just a lot of healing. So definitely a mistake there. Could have ended the game, but I do believe it doesn't end up mattering. Yeah, he doesn't end up mattering, but I did make a mistake there. So little disappointed that I'm seeing it here, but it is what it is. We do move on to the next game. All right, so here we get a 3-lander. I'm happy with that. I'm usually happy if we get 3 lands or so in both of our colors, or the colors that we need. And then we have a Pursue the Past on 2. We have Tone Blast on 2 if needed. So we have a lot of safe options to get the game going and then go from there. So yeah, definitely Pursue the Past since they didn't play a 1-drop. And I like this being able to remove or discard the dig site, because the dig site has flashback. So you still get a bit of the value of the dig site even though you discard it away. Same thing with the Dromedary. So here we got the Robo Browser. Here is like the cleanness of this deck. It actually feels like maybe a draft deck where I'm able to play the Robo Browser, discard a Dromedary. So discarded 2 cards, still have value from both of them. So just really nice. They play a Leech Collector 2/2, pretty solid stuff. End of the hunt for the Rubber Rouser. It's a little bit aggressive, but sometimes Rubber Rouser can be very annoying, and if they don't have anything else to do, it's fine. You get the land Great Hall, so that does allow us to Tome Blast him and also play a 2-drop. So we have to choose which 2-drop. Acolyte on an empty board is nice because then it starts opening up life gain, so you can start gaining a life that way, which can be nice. So we can also get the Dromedary back into our hand, but I don't think it's necessary right now. We want to be aggressive. And then Group Project is also nice, but it's really nice if you can Group Project and then immediately use the Group Project. You have to untap 3 cards, but we don't have 3 creatures, so not as strong here. Hit another land, which is not bad here. So we're kind of deciding what we want to do. We have a lot of options here. We could get the Dromedary back in our hands so that we can pursue the pass next turn. So we could do something like Dromedary back to the hand, Group Project, attack the face. And then we can hold up we would have 1 mana left over if we want to use the Acolyte ability to destroy artifact or enchantment, because we would be pretty happy trading the 2/2 into the 3/2. So end step, right, his end step, if we have 1 mana left over, we can just do that ourselves. So yeah, we do like attacking first, just in case they have something crazy. We don't want to like open up 2-for-1s very easily. So I believe, okay, we're just immediately going to use the Acolyte ability. I don't think that's super necessary, but it's totally fine to be aggressive. Usually you want to do things your turn if you're scared of them having interaction that can mess with you, but it's kind of hard to interact with that Acolyte ability, honestly, so I don't really think it's super necessary. I heard bruh, but I don't know where that came from. So he plays a Pestilence slot, the 4/4. When it dies, you get 2 1/1s. Kind of annoying, but we top deck Wilt in the Heat, so very lucky top deck there. Wilt in the Heat exile, so the exile does not summon the pest. So I'm probably trying to trigger the reduction, yeah, trying to make it 2 cost, yeah. So end up using Dig Site to give the reduction, and then I get 2 mana left over, though the 2 mana doesn't do anything at all. So I don't know why. I mean, I guess just being fancy, but it does let me hold up a road. That is true. So maybe if I need an erode randomly, I do have that access where I wouldn't have it if I did the other line. But he plays a 1/1 with Death Touch, not really something I particularly want to kill. I like the Tome Blast here because he can use 1 mana or a 1 in a black to buff it. But since he played the 1 to pump it, he's not able to pump it to 3 health to evade the Tome Blast. So he has to do something else. So yeah, presenting the Tome Blast, he's thinking about it. He does something in response, kills my 3/3 with Barrage, I guess. Yeah, with Barrage. So yeah, so uses that to kill my creature, which, what am I gonna do about that? And that's my turn. So end up passing. He plays a draw to draw his creature, and then plays the 2/1, which is a very fine creature. Has some good synergies if you have 1-drops in the pool, like the Death Touch that just died. So kind of annoying. We cannot. So we're in a weird thing. We want to play the Plains and then play the Archaic, but because of the fact that I only have 2 types, the Archaic does not eat the 2/1. I can eat the 1/1. So it's still like not a horrible play, but preferably you'd like to eat the 2/1 and not have to deal with that. But I do think I still end up going with that line. Yeah, so still end up going with that line, even though I can't eat the 2/1. Still eating the 1/1 does remove the ability to life gain and get the Death Touch back, so it's still pretty decent here. Alright, so he plays a removal spell, goes for Last Grasp on the guy, and then hits me for 2. Totally fine. I draw land here. Here, I don't have any like really good plays, so going for the draw, discarding the Dromedary. I draw 2 from that. Helping Hand is interesting, so I'm going to look at the graveyard. It's only Shadow Acolyte, but Shadow Acolyte is like not bad, so I actually don't particularly mind that play. So we could go for the Shadow Acolyte and bring back the Dromedary. We could also play the Interceptor, but I like the I like getting the dromedary back into our hand. Just opens up being able to play the dromedary and then the interceptor, and then playing the group project and getting the 2/2 on top as well. So he gets a land here, not super happy. He just attacks me and passes. So not a super great play from him. We get an excavator, which is one of our big payoffs here. Kind of sad that we actually sadly did all of the graveyard interaction the turn previously. We played helping hand and we got the dromedary back in our hand last turn, right? So if we waited a little bit a turn, then we could have played excavator, got 2 spirits, but still really good card to draw here. So gonna go for the interceptor. It's still really good with the group project. So we play the interceptor, we play the excavator. Here he gets to know our game plan, so he could kill a creature in response, and then I can't play group project, but he didn't do that. So because of that, we're able to tap all 3 of our creatures and then trigger the excavator and get this extra spirit token. And then we can also use the rejoiner to untap one of our creatures, particularly the acolyte, right, if we want to attack for 2. So yeah, we're gonna go for that and then attack for 2. He does not have, oh right, I did mess up. So I forgot about the Great Hall that he had, and he's able to untap or make it into a creature, and then I have to trade. So here I can erode it, and if I erode it, it's like I planned this, you know. It's like I planned this, but I didn't. I just didn't realize. I forgot about the Great Hall. So fortunately I have another removal spell, so I'm not like so worried about losing about using the erode here. And it's also late enough in the game that giving him a land isn't that bad, but I did forget here. So 2 games in a row I've made 2 mistakes. Sadly, they haven't been like game losing mistakes, but they have been mistakes that are notable and something to think about while you're in your own games. Like there's so many mistakes. It's very easy to make mistakes in this game, and sometimes you just have to like try to learn from them, even though it's like frustrating, especially when you're in these type of formats where a loss is so punishing. But yeah, could have lost my 2/2 for free, which is pretty relevant because Acolyte is pretty powerful, because it prevents them from playing like really powerful artifacts and enchantments, right? If they had like the Cauldron, right, he couldn't play it, right, because I'll just kill it for free. Stuff like that is surprisingly effective, so it's nice to have it on the board if you're worried about those type of win conditions. So he plays the Lewin. The Lewin's able to get creatures on the board, but because I've wilted some of his pests and stuff like that, he actually doesn't have as many creatures as you'd expect. Every time I gotta check the graveyard, I only have a helping hand, which is honestly pretty good, because what the Lorecaster will trigger the excavator, and then helping hand will trigger the excavator again. So it is actually kind of disgusting. I could have attacked with everything, but decided I wanted to. Okay, oh, the Wilt in the Heat's even better. Well, it's not even better, but I actually don't have a 3-drop. But Wilt in the Heat's really nice because I can cast it immediately and kill the Lewin and then attack all, and it's just really strong here. So I think that's probably game ending. He doesn't concede, but I feel like he's close to. Yeah, he sacrifices to draw. Hits the Honor Monster, attacks with the 1/1 to get the Death Touch back. I block with the Lorecaster. He gets the 1/1 back. Okay, and then it's our turn. We have another Wilt in the Heat, so we can just Wilt in the Heat the 4/5 and then pretty much just attack all, and that should cover it. Another thing we can do is Ennis the Lorecaster, and end step will get the Lorecaster back to trigger, which will give us another spell back. So that's also really, really powerful. But I think I like Wilt in the Heat, and then probably just attack all. Yeah, and then if the Lorecaster lives, we can Ennis. Okay, he just concedes, yeah, which is also very reasonable. And I think we do have lethal, but I wasn't really counting here. Moving on to the next match. So we have no white source, but we do have 4 lands, plus we have a Robo Rouser to dig a little bit. Plus, we have a 2-drop in the Tome Blast. So I think this hand ends up being pretty decent. Hopefully, we draw into a white source, but it's definitely less scary than not like having 2 lands. Because I think I'd be more worried about having 2 lands than having like 4 lands plus with a Rubber Rouser, right, to bin one of them. We do get our white source, so everything is fine now. Plays the Soloist, the 1/3. This card could be particularly annoying if you're not ready to kill it before when they hit 5 mana, because sometimes, especially if they're more aggressive than you, they start hitting you with the 1/3 with the 1 damage every turn, and then the spells also deal 1 or 3 damage. Here I attack just to see if he's scared. He is, because he wants to protect this Soloist. So sometimes you gotta just attack just to see, because even if we're not gonna take damage, right, unless he kills the Rubber Rouser, which is fine, but we get to just push 2 without too much of a downside. And it's always good to want to check, because sometimes they need their minion, right? So even if you can't really threaten their creature, it's good to like attack, hit the 2, and then sometimes they'll block, and then you have a Tome Blast, and they're like, oh, that's bad. Also, I have a Tome Blast actually, so he actually should not have blocked. Like, him not blocking is correct there, because I can actually punish him for blocking. So, but sometimes you don't know that. Sometimes you can't, right? And they don't know that, so it's good to check and attack. I'm not sure what I did here. Maybe I wanted to activate the group project. That's a good question. What did I do here? I could attack. I guess maybe I attacked with the 2/2 Tome Blast, whatever it was, and then play the Acolyte in response. Oh, I'm playing the Interceptor. Playing the Interceptor, tapping down the Soloist, attacking, trying to block with a Rubber Rouser, then Tome Blast the Rubber Rouser. What did I do here? That's not a bad play. Let's see what I end up doing. Yeah, so I'm group projecting. Oh, I'm group projecting. Am I? Okay. I came up with a different line. So here you could play the Interceptor, tap one of the 2, because right now if you attack, but I guess this line's better because I get a better board. The other line's more aggressive, but I guess I don't need to be aggressive. This line gets you the better board overall, so it's not too bad. Wait, how come I have oh right, I spent 1 mana and I have 3 mana. Right, and I don't attack. Okay. Yeah. If I'm not attacking, I think I should have untapped the Rubber Rouser. Right? I could have untapped the Rubber Rouser, but I can only Tome Blast, and I can't really play Shattered Acolyte, right? Because I use both of the white sources. I use an Arc of Hunger, and here is where Acolyte is so good, right? So he plays the Arc of Hunger. He's thinking, I'm winning the game. Shattered Acolyte comes in, completely stops this whole game plan. Arc of Hunger draws your card every turn, basically drains you 1 every turn. Very, very strong. One of the best cards, the best rares. So Arc of Hunger can kill it. An artifact and enchantment. So just really fortunate for me that I have this in my hand right when he plays it. So I'm just thinking, how do I want to ruin his day? So I go here. I want to look for a Tome Blast. I'm pretty sure. He probably double blocks 1. No, he's blocking with each of them. Okay, interesting way to block. I feel like he could have double blocked 1 and killed one of my creatures. So kind of I don't know. Okay. I guess the block this way blocks Tome Blast, and I guess that's what he's thinking about. He's thinking about Tome Blast. He doesn't want to lose the Rubber Rouser, because Rubber Rouser with Arc of Hunger is really, really good. So I guess he's thinking about it correctly. So this way I don't lose a minion is my benefit, but he also doesn't lose the Rubber Rouser to the Tome Blast, right? Instead he he protects the rubber rouser but loses the soloist. Goes for brush off though. He has brush off, so could have just not cared then. Could have killed my 2/2 if he has brush off to protect. So kind of not sure about his play then, considering that he could just brush off the Tone Blast. Considering that he was gonna brush off the Tone Blast anyways, I do think he could have just not cared and killed my 2/2. So I usually try not to think about too much when my opponent is doing it if they could do things better, but since I'm reviewing here, I do think they could have just killed a 2/2 for free essentially. But yeah, we get the Arc of Hunger out of the way. Really happy about that. Moving on, he plays together as one. This card is so good. So yeah, he kills my Rubber Rouser plus he draws 4 cards, so just brings him back into the game essentially. So yeah, now he has a whole hand. He heals 4, kills my best creature essentially. Just a huge swing. So we don't have too many like super powerful cards, but we do have like minions that want to attack. So I think we're just gonna go straight into combat, just attack. Attack all. He knows we have the Tone Blast, so if he wants to block, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose a minion, yeah. So he's going for it. Doesn't care anymore. I'd have to decide whether I wanted to kill the Soloist or the Rubber Rouser. I actually think I'm scared of the Soloist more than the Rubber Rouser. I don't know if that's true, but I think that's what I decide to do. I've lost a lot of games to Soloist. I guess this is maybe just me being annoyed, but Soloist has like killed me, just because that 3 damage adds up, especially if they are casting multiple 5 cost spells. Like it just sits there as a 1/3 that you're just like you don't want to kill, but then it just kills you in response, especially if they have a lot of creatures, which sometimes they just end up doing. But yeah, pins me for 1, plays a Sonar, and what does he do? And plays a Trove, okay, and then passes. We draw the Helping Hand. We looked in our grave. I think we didn't have anything besides the Rubber Rouser, though. We have one in our hand, so it's not like super premium that we get it back from the Helping Hand. We do still play it. I guess I play it. I think I play it so that I can Ennis the Rubber Rouser and draw again, because I just don't like the hand. I'd rather draw into another Rubber Rouser. But we draw into Pursue the Past, so it's basically Ennis but better, because I draw 2 cards instead of digging for 1 with the Ennis. So we're gonna mill the other Rubber Rouser, draw 2. We get a Wilt in the Heat, which we can cast, and we can use that to kill the Sonar before we can use the Sonar ability, which gets him a spell that he might really want. So kind of down to just Wilt in the Heat the Sonar. We do that. We attack for 2. He blocks the 1/2, pins me for 1, ends my turn. Here he doesn't really do anything, so I think he just makes the 2/4 body, but you can always do that on my turn, so he just passes. There's nothing past. We draw Dig Side, which is fine, not super premium, but we could just Pursue the Past again, draw 2 more cards, and see if we hit something relevant. And so that's what we're gonna do. We draw 2 more cards. We draw a Sundering Archaic, which is pretty good here, so not a bad draw. But we don't have any aggro, and I do realize that he has a 2/4, especially since last game I forgot to account for the 2/4, so it just makes it hard to attack here. So pretty sure I just don't attack. Play the Ennis. Oh, play the Ennis to refresh the Interceptor. Seems reasonable. But he ends up killing the Interceptor in response, so has a Dismember, going to use it to deny me the draw essentially, because I don't get the Ennis value. It's reasonable, so the Ennis doesn't scale, and I don't get to draw from it. So pretty good. End step, he makes the Great Hall. I ping him for 1. He has another Arc of Hunger, man. Okay, I have to check, right? That's 2 Arc of Hungers. So this guy hit 2 Arc of Hungers plus it together as 1. Just a really powerful list. So yeah, I don't have an Acolyte for this one, but I do have an Archaic actually. So what a lucker from me. I have an Archaic for the first one, the the Shadowed Acolyte for the Acolyte for the first one, Archaic for the second one. So we can just do that for 4. I'm running the dual land, right? The black dual land to have it for this type of situation, plus the red blue for this, for to have, since I'm running together as one and Archaic, they both really want converge. So just opening up the possibility of having the 4 is very lucky that we have the lands into it. He heated arguments to kill it in response, but like it doesn't really matter. And it actually is kind of bad for him because he opens up buffing the Great Hall opens up me using stand up for myself to kill the Great Hall so that I can attack. So kind of like a what's it called, a tilt. Like you killed both of my Arc of Hungers, but it's nice to, it ends up working out for me. So yeah, like I legit think if I can't kill both of his Arc of Hungers, I'm probably not having a good time this game. So yeah, able to kill it. I use stand up for myself in response, and I attack for 5, right? Because he has to tap his Rubber Rouser to cast the spell to trigger the Arc of Hunger, which makes sense. He plays a land and probably passes. I don't think he does anything. Yeah, I draw a land here. I do have the Great Hall, so I can make a 2/4 and I can attack with my 3 creatures. So that's presenting at least 4 damage and then 5 damage with the Rubber Rouser. So pretty good. I also can do the dig side if I want to be even more aggressive. So I could put the dig side in the Great Hall, which would put it up to 4 damage, or I can put everything up to 3 damage. So I wanted the flexibility because I was assuming that he has a removal for one of my creatures, especially since he can guarantee remove one of my creatures next turn. So I wanted to just spread out the damage as much as possible. So I'm presenting 3 on each. He blocks one of the 3s, and then I hit him for 6. Plus I can tap the Rubber Rouser for another damage. So just puts him down to 3 damage here. Oh, I'm waiting till end step, of course. Yeah, so he has a Johnny's response to kill one of my Ennis, which is fine. And then he has another removal spell. Yeah, it's oh right, the Molten Note that he has in the grave. Yeah, so he has Molten Note as well to kill off my guy. But the Molten Note's really nice because it untaps the Rubber Rouser, so it actually doesn't, like, he can block in response. And then he has the Trove to heal for 2, so he's still in the game. Here I can ping him for 1 end step, and then I drew an Excavator, which is actually fantastic. Really good draw here because I can now just get Spirit tokens and he's out of cards. So really nice draw. There's no reason to attack since he'll just block with the 1/4, so I don't bother attacking. He's surveying upkeep so that he can try to draw into something or survey a land if he gets it. But he doesn't have it and he concedes. So here we got to 3 wins. Pretty solid run so far. We'll see if we continue on. I think, okay, yeah. So here I come to a conclusion that Converge is like really important. Yeah, so there's some sound coming because my mic stand broke. You can see me holding my mic. My mic stand broke, so it was hard to kind of talk during this, but I'm getting a new mic, but stand. But I come to a conclusion that I actually want the 5 converges, and what I do here is I decide, okay, I want the 5 converges. I'm missing green. I'm going to just add a green source. Just gonna throw a green source in here without any reason for having a green source, but it makes my Together as One way better if I can deal 5, draw 5, and then Archaic for 5 is sometimes relevant, usually for like Addictive Evolution or those type of cards. Sometimes you'll hit the 3/4 flyer that exiles, stuff like that. So I do end up coming with
as stupid as it sounds. It doesn't seem as stupid as it sounds. Let me
so yeah, so
it loses me a game, and then I'm like,
so I'm just talking about.
I don't know. It doesn't seem that dumb. you get a buff on these 2 cards. I've never even seen together as one.
Yeah, I'm mentally convincing myself that putting a green source randomly is not that dumb.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
I think it's fine too. It just looks super silly, to add this random green source, but it just opens up like way stronger late game plays. So here we got 3 whites, which is a little bit
Watch me get a
weird,
green
but
here.
we are going second, so we do get an extra draw. So as long as we draw the red, immediately drawing the red. I love this. Like, the worst part of this game is when you need a land particularly, and then you draw like 4 cards, no land, and you're just screwed. But we draw the immediately red land, so we're good to go. Here we can play an Acolyte on 2. He plays Rampant Growth on 3, since he had a dual land green on turn 1, so a little bit slower than normal, but still really powerful. Here we can play the Robo Rouser. The question is, what do we bin if we're playing Robo? Right, it's the second Acolyte. Yeah, I can see it. Just because the group project, I don't know. No, I can't see it. I should bin the group project, because Acolyte's just better than group project, and group project, it still has the same value. So you bin the group project, you play Acolyte. It's the same exact board, except you have an Acolyte instead of a spirit. And I don't have Antiquities on the Loose or any spirit synergy, so there's no reason to value a spirit over an Acolyte, which has lifesteal and the ability to kill artifacts. So here's a mistake I didn't realize in game, but now that I'm talking through, it's crazy. Like, I'm thinking I'm playing decently well, and then I'm like, no, every game you've made a mistake. is the real truth of it. So yeah, I bin the Acolyte, which doesn't really make sense. I should be binning the group project, get the flashback, play the Acolyte, and then I'll have lifesteal, which is very relevant in this meta, as well as the ability to kill a trove or something, which is very common, or a book, the draw book as well. So definitely a mistake here that I didn't even realize. But yeah, bin the Acolyte, which, still fine, not like a game losing mistake, but it's something that I didn't even realize when I was playing. So he plays the Tackle Artist and just passes. Tackle Artist is very annoying. I do finally draw it together as when we haven't seen it all this run, but yeah. So what's really nice is that I do have the 4th land, so I can play the 4th land and then play the Excavator, hold it up, and then I'll have the Spirit on command. Usually what happens is you don't have the 4th land, so you have to tap to an exile to get the Excavator down, and so you don't get the Spirit. But because I have the 4th land, I can play the 4th land, get the Excavator, then hold up the tap to get the Spirit and deal the damage. So yeah, play that, and he knows that I have this now. So yeah, it's like, okay, that's annoying. So he plays the Goblin Glassrite to get the a little bit of stats, right? It pumps the Tackle Artist to a 5/4, and then he goes for dual tactics on the Excavator, just to pump. So he's being very aggro. Dual tactics on Excavator, so I can't block, and attacks with a 6/5. I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to trade any of my minions off. I have a life link, and I'm going to be getting spirits, so that's really nice. So he does that. End step, I will generate a spirit, deal 1. Here I draw a Stone Glider, which is a little bit too hard to cast. I do have Group Project, which is so good here, actually. So that's. But then, I mean, Acolyte would have been good too, right? So actually, Acolyte, if I binned the Group Project the previous turn, I would have been able to use the Group Project as soon as I played the Excavator last turn. So last turn I would have been able to play the Excavator, immediately tap all 3, immediately get the spirits. So the mistake from previous actually has really large ramifications. I could have had a 2/2. Then having an extra 2/2 would have meant that I've been able to triple block the Tackle Artist, and I could have dealt with the Tackle Artist last turn, or made him scared to attack, even. So didn't even realize that, but like the ripple effects of that mistake in the previous turn actually has larger ramifications than I even considered. But yeah, still we're in a great spot, but I just realized how bad not binning the group project was, because I actually don't get to group project earlier, and I could have had even more power on the board and more pressure, right? I could have attacked and stuff like that. But yeah, huge turn for us. We just get so much value here. So yeah, I'm just binning all the cards I don't think I'm gonna need, and I can attack with the other two. I'm not attacked with one of the spirits. I guess I'm trying to be defensive. I don't know if I like that. I think I'd rather like race him here, especially with like my hand. I feel like I like the race because I could just, because I pressure him, and then if he wants to play defensive ever, I can rejoiner and redo it. But because I do play defensively, I can trade all of my 2/2s away, and I'm scared of tackle artists. Like so often I've like left it alone, and then it's like a 10-9 and it kills me. So since he tapped out, very willing to just trade all my spirits away into it. I do still have the Robo Rouser combo, so it's pretty nice. So the rejoiner is really nice because I can untap the Robo Rouser and then I can tap the Robo Rouser to get a spirit. So it draws me a card, gets me a spirit. I think that's a really nice trade-off. So I'm looking to see if Scrollsmith makes any sense, but I don't think I have any spells in my grave, so we're just gonna go Pursue the Past. I think I'm been in a 6-drop, probably the Archaic, because I'm not ever binning together as one, so probably the Archaic, yeah. Draw 2, I get a land, so I can play the land, and then I can play Helping Hand, possibly. And I think I have the Acolyte in the grave, so really nice here. So I can get the it's like the synergies in this deck are very obvious. So yeah, I think I do go for the Helping Hand, yeah. And I still have the ability to tap the Robo Rouser to get another spirit. So yeah, you can just see the frustration of like if you get the synergy, the Robo Rouser and the Excavator together, it's just so much spirit generation. We do have the 6 lands with the tap to play together as one. I can do it for 3 damage with the Great Hall, which is exactly enough to kill the 3/3. So that's really good because then I can attack with everything. Yeah, so attacks with everything, put him to 4. He plays a Fire Singer. At this point, the game's over. Yeah, and he realizes that, so yeah, ends up. Moving on to the next game. So we'll see. I draw 2 lands. I do get the green turn 1, which is kind of bad, but the opponent is going first, so I do have 2 lands. And then we do draw a 3rd land, so it's a little bit nice. We can play this, play the white. The green is looking a little weird. We need a red source really badly. The road's there, no red source here. So we play the green, we play Acolyte. We end our turn. He plays a Historian. He doesn't attack with the 1/1, doesn't want to trade that off, which makes sense. Play the second Acolyte, move on with our lives. So he plays the Eater to pump the Laureate, and I think that's too problematic because the Laureate has double strike. If he pumps it to 2/2, he can attack me. I can't block with anything. I mean, technically I could double block, I guess, and kill one. I mean, maybe that's the right. No, I double block and he kills both. It's actually bad, right? Because it's not first strike, it's double strike. So he would, and I don't want to make that trade at all. So yeah, go for the erode here. He doesn't get the life, and he gets to get a land from his deck. So we do that. He attacks the 2/3, which I'm not sure about the attack there, because I actually don't like it because our acolytes have life gain, so attacking there gives us the ability to attack back, and then we're not behind on the race trade. So I think it's better to just, especially if your opponents have lifelink, just stay back, try to make the better trades, and not race them. Don't race into something with lifelink essentially. But he does. He attacks there, which I'm probably confused about, but happy to just attack here. He definitely wants to trade the 3/2. Yeah, so But yeah, we're up on the trade. He takes damage. We play the excavator. Really nice here. So not sad about this. We can open up the happy to get the red. I don't know when we got that, but we can open up the spellsmith. The sad part is we can't erode because we don't have the no we can pull that mountain and then erode as well, and then get a 2/2. So that's actually not a bad play. So we're playing, yeah, we're gonna go for that. Yeah, but the auto tapper being awful here, right? The auto tapper would have tapped the white source away, which has been really bad for us. So yeah, fortunately I recognize that, didn't let the auto tapper ruin our game. There was a number of games that was ruined by auto tapper actually. So you have to actually be notably aware of that can just ruin you. So we get the erode, and then we're just going to attack. Yeah, so I want to give him the ability to make a mistake. Obviously they're good enough that they're not going to, but I wanted to give it to him. So what I do usually with erode is I will end my turn, I will go to their draw step, I'll let them draw, and then I will erode their target. So this allows them not to use the extra land that they get. Plus, they don't get to they don't get the increased chance to draw a minion because they get the land after they've drawn. So that's just something I do at a road just to make sure that it's as unfavorable as possible that I can make it. So the green source being relevant here, by the way, the green source giving me the third color source for the together as one to hit the 3. So actually green source MVP, like not MVP, but like super relevant here. So I do want to throw that in there. I think I'm going to combat first. Okay, so I guess I don't care. All right, so he's scared about why I'm attacking there. I don't know if he needs to be scared per se, but I wanted to trade something and then kill the more problematic card, which is probably the 2/3 flyer that can trigger repartee. So yeah, together as one. Green source MVP giving me the colors to kill and draw 3. So now we're in a much better spot. He does have render speechless in response, which is pretty annoying. He gets to see my hand and kill or take out the removal. He gets to attack with the 6/6, which I can't really block into. So yeah, he gets to hit us for 6, and has really good response there. The Stone Glider is pretty nice. That's the one thing here. I think we can Robo Rouser, either bin the land or bin the Pursue the Past, and then play the Stone Glider. And I can't, I mean, no, attacking with everything isn't that good here. And attacking with the 3/4 is also not that good. Second Excavator, but can't really cast it because I bin the land. But we can play the Stone Glider. I think I was very much considering trying to be greedy and like next turn playing the Excavator and the Stone Glider, but then I came to the rationale play of like just be as strong as possible this turn. Like don't go for like don't play weak so that the next turn is like slightly stronger, right? You can win the game in like 2 turns, so why am I waiting, right? But I really had like a long mental discussion of like, do I want to wait to get the extra spirit token? But then I'm just like, a 4/3 flyer is going to win the game. Like I don't even need the spirit token here, so I end up committing and we just hold, right? Because hold, this board looks really good. He just passes here. Now we go on our turn. We're going to tap 4, play the second Excavator, and then I assume just tap the Robo Rouser. Oh, we're gonna play the Pursue the Past with the Robo Rouser. Gonna tap together as one or whatever, a road. Yeah, but that's enough, right? 2 Excavators is gonna win the game. All right, we moved on to our next one. Ooh, this hand. Okay, 3. Okay, so yeah, this hand looks weird, but like Robo Rousers can bin, so it's less risky to me because I have 3 mana, and if I don't draw a white source, I can bin something to dig even deeper into the white source. But we do draw the white source, all is fine. So yeah, he plays a 2/2 first strike, attacks us. It's fine. Scolding Administrator, that's scary. That card can win the game very quickly on the spot. We can't really do anything about it. I think I want to play the red source, I mean the white source first here though, because I'm gonna have red sources anyways. But getting the dromedary, we can bin that since we can get that back pretty easily. Yeah, so here's scary. Does he have, okay, if he has like render speechless, we lose. Like that's the scary thing about white black, is that they can just win turn 4, right, or something. Like if they play a 2 and a 3 and then render speechless, especially if they're going first, there's not a lot you can do about it, because they get to see your hand, take your removal, and then hit you in the face for like 9, and then you're just like, okay, well, that's, you know, like it's game over from that point. But fortunately, he did not have render speechless, so the game continues. But yeah, like I'm always so scared in this format about that particular scenario, because it's so hard to deal with it. So usually you want to like clear the whole board, but like you need a really good deck that has a lot of removal in the early game to be able to do that, which is not like consistent, and they have to not be going first, and you have to like draw everything. So yeah, it can be really scary, but fortunately we have Wilt in the Heat. Oh, we're not doing it. Interesting. We can Wilt in the Heat here. We're not doing it. Oh, we are. Okay. Okay. I was like, what are we doing? Okay. We do Wilt in the Heat. We're playing better than I am even thinking about, but yeah. Okay, goes for the draw here, so it doesn't have anything. And we also have 6 cards in our hand, so we already have too much action. So he's just like refilling his hand while kind of not helping us that much. It's, you know, it's something, but it's not that much. We're gonna make him have it. We're gonna block the 3/2, just because he always attacks here because he wants to push the damage. So there's no reason to me not to block, even though we could lose the rubber rouser. I think it's fine. We don't super need it. Well, we do need it because we have an excavator, but like, you know, it's not, we don't know we had an excavator. I mean, we did, but we can't not block there, right? We're getting aggro down, so we can't like play scared. So we have 2 lines here. We can play the excavator and then tap. Ooh, okay. I want to no. I want an excavator. I wonder if I do this correctly. Oh, but I can't. No, I can't do the play I want to do. I want an excavator, then tap, then hold up erode and the interceptor. But since I can't do that, I'm just gonna play the acolyte. So I'm just trying to be mana efficient, and just playing, using all of our mana while we can, especially since he has the ability to make us draw 3. So if we're not being mana efficient, it's pretty bad for us. So yeah, we just get the excavator down. It's also a lifelink, which is really nice if he wants to like attack with the 3/2. We can trade there, draw kill 2. Though we'd free kill. He kills our excavator, which sucks, but you know that's gonna happen a lot of times. Excavator is just very strong, and he has render speechless. Probably gonna take our archaic or our lorecaster, one of the 6 drops probably. Probably the archaic because archaic is just very good, and we don't have anything in any spells in the graveyard right now. We do have a road, but you know, whatever. Yeah, pumps the first strike. We can't block it, so he gets to hit us for 4. Now we're at 8 life, which is pretty bad. So now we have to really think about how we want to do this. So this is kind of a risky position we're in. I'm not even sure what the play is as I'm looking here. We have no spells. We have the erode. So we can maybe do something like erode. Oh, okay, yeah. Erode, lorecaster, get the erode back. But we have to tap first, right? Because we need the we need to hold up the white source. We have to play. Oh, we're attacking first. Okay. That's reasonable. Attack with the 2/2 first, then we can. Oh, he's not attacking with the other 2/2. Huh, that's weird. I would definitely attack with both 2/2s here. Kind of weird that we did that. I don't understand why we did it like that personally. But we need to play a land here. We're giving him more information by playing the forest, but it's fine, I guess. Like, we're just giving him more information. I feel like, okay. No. You gotta tap first. Whoa. Oh no, I messed up. Oh, I messed up. Okay. So, alright. Wait, do I not have the mana to do my play? Oh, I don't have 8 mana. I need 8 mana. Okay, no. I didn't mess up. Okay. Right. Okay, it's fine. I thought we were able to hold up the erode as well, but we don't have the mana. We need 8 mana to erode, 6 drop, and erode, hold up erode. That we don't have that. So I thought we needed to tap first, or to tap the Rubber Rouser first, so that we can hold up the white mana on the board. Oh, he has Moment of Reckoning, dude. This guy doesn't stop. All right. At least he doesn't have super powerful bombs to bring back, but still huge swing on his part to hit us with Moment of Reckoning. So back in it. Still have to continue thinking about the game. I guess Rubber Rouser, draw a card, is pretty solid. And then we can maybe play Interceptor afterwards. So we're just tapping the green because we're never, it's useless, right? So we're always going to remove that source. Oh, we're not, okay. We're considering playing the Dromedary or something, right? We bin the land, which is fine because we do have too many lands anyways. Priced, you know, the Dromedary is free value. But if we want to play the Dromedary, then it's reasonable to do that. But it's also nice to hold up a road. So I don't know. I think it would have been fine to bin the Dromedary here and then just have the extra free land and then be able to get it back into your hand later. So kind of I don't know if I'd cut on a mistake, but like I think we could have made a different decision. I guess I was just considering playing the Dromedary, and I guess drawing the together as one does make me change my play because I'm less scared about a position where maybe I needed it. But I think holding up the road was like just a very solid play. I'm surprised I'm surprised I tapped the 3/2 here and not the 2/2 with the first strike, because now I can't attack back, right? I can't attack and push the damage. But maybe I was never gonna push the damage anyways, because it's fair to say I'm likely not pushing the damage anyways, because I just need to survive. I have Together as One now, so I'm drawing 4, healing 4. That's really safe. So maybe I don't need to play aggressive, because the one thing that you can always get like wrecked by is practice offense with double strike out of nowhere. So you know, sometimes, but then I have a road. I'm holding up a road. Okay, I know what I'm doing here. So I'm killing the draw engine immediately. Why? Yeah, because I don't want to draw 3. I'm going to draw 4 already. And if he makes me draw 3, then we don't have an advantage. Whereas if I kill the draw engine and then draw 4 afterwards, now I'm ahead on him. But if we both draw 3, I'm gonna have to discard like 2 cards anyway, so it's not gonna be as good. So we do the same thing. We just upstep do it. Duelist is very strong here. Makes my erode play a little punished, because now he gets to kill my things very freely. But yeah, and I can't block either. Yeah, I mean, yeah, very punished with the erode line. Yeah, I'm too scared of the damage, so I take the 4 here. And we have to go for the Together as One play. We don't have another line here, so we go for the Together as One. Hope that he does not have a response. If he has a response, it's so bad for us, because then he can protect his guy, and then I take 4, and it's really bad. So he's thinking. He does have a flourish. Yeah, he does. So not good for us here. It means that a road wouldn't have worked as well, right? Because even if he played it, he would have flourished in response to my road and then still done whatever he wanted to do. So we have 3 mana here. He does have he is gonna get the 4/3 back. I think what I would do here is tap the Rubber Rouser. Yeah, you see the auto tapper kind of trying to make us lose again, but I need to tap the Rubber Rouser, get the I guess this is not auto tapper's fault. Like why would it auto tap the Rouser, to be fair? But yeah, play the Acolyte and then play the Dig Side. So I have a 4/3. I have a 3/3 blocker into his 2/4/3. So it makes the trades a little bit harder to make. Plus, I have lifelink to protect, so I think that's a pretty solid play here. Goes for the surveil upkeep, trying to look for a way to get rid of the acolyte. Because if he gets a repartee trigger, he can then just target my acolyte, hit me for 4. I'm in a big trouble if he does that. So he's looking for that line. I don't think he hits it. Right, hits the stone docent, gets the surveil, keeps the card on top. So that's a little bit scary. One doesn't want to risk his duelist. I think he does end up attacking with both at the end. I think he does. No, he doesn't. Okay, yeah, doesn't want to risk his duelist. I still will make the trade. I can't be taking the 4, so go for the trade here. The fact that he's not attacking with the duelist does make me feel like he doesn't have any interaction, but he still has interaction. Oh, I see why. Okay, yeah. Dude, this guy has. All right, so he has interaction, kills my guy, gets the duelist trigger to draw. And now he has a 6/5. Okay, I get Wilt in the heat. That's reasonable. Okay, so we can do Excavator into Dig Site into Wilton into I'm just making sure I'm tapping the green source first. I'm not pursuing the past thing, right? Am I? I could pursue the past as well. I need a Dig Site immediately though. If I do this play, I have to Dig Site immediately. I need a Dig Site immediately. So the reason I need a Dig Site immediately is because if I do pursue the past here, then he can kill my guy in response, and I can't use the Dig Site to get the free spirit. So I have to use the Dig Site immediately so that I can get the spirit trigger, and then if he has interaction for the Dig Site, then I can tap the Rubber Rouser in response to get my 2 spirits. So this is a mistake. Another game, another mistake. I should not be casting Pursue the Past here, because then he can have interaction. Okay, so do we get punished? I bet we do, because the players are good. Yeah, and we do. Yeah, he's looking at it. So yeah, exactly. Also, oh my god, because I don't do this, the Wilt in the heat is not cheap enough to trigger. Oh, but I can tap the Rebel Rouser in response and then do it. Okay, so I can at least still kill the duelist in response. But boy, did I almost completely throw this one. Holy moly. Yeah, I needed to pursue the pass first, so I'm losing out on a 2/2. That's really relevant in this matchup. So yeah. Roughy. But at least it's not all hope lost, but I did make a clear mistake here. So we can discard the dromedary, draw the 2. And we didn't play the land either, right? So yeah, now we can play the land. I think I just get the dromedary back because I don't need to play the Dig Site. Yeah, it's reasonable. And now we can pursue the pass next turn. So we lose out on a 2/2. We could have had a free 2/2 here. That's the one change of another mistake I've done this run, but you know, it's not. I mean, okay, I would say this mistake is game losing. In this position, this is a game losing mistake. Not to have the extra 2/2 here. So this one I would say is more game losing. This is the first like real one that's like, ooh, I really messed that up. But yeah, at least we still have to pursue the past value, getting the dromedary back. Okay, so here I decide I have enough lands in my hand. I don't need the extra land, so I'm just gonna bin the land because maybe I want to play the dromedary. We have a Tome Blast. It's fine. We have Helping Hand, which hits an Acolyte. Or a Rubber Raspberry, I already have one. It's okay to get the 2/2 back. I think you can also get the Rubber Rouser if we want to bin another land and draw another card. I think that's also reasonable. But Dromedary, it's not tapping the green source, which it is. Okay, yeah, it is tapping the green source. Then maybe we go Dig Site on the 2/2, Helping Hand the Acolyte, something like that. Am I Dig Siting the the 5/4. Oh, I'm not dig sighting at all. Just passing the turn. Okay. Sure. Sure. This is like very scared. I guess I am scared. Yeah, and I guess pumping the 2/2. Oh, he has another Collector's Duelist. Jeez. I played these games a lot like days ago, so I'm like, oh man. Send in the past, that's fine. We can dig a bin of land, not the end of the world here. And goes Reaper Witch so that he can remove the 3/3 and then hit us. It's yeah, this is a tough position to be in. And he hits with the 6/5. I think I have to block the 6 here. So yeah, he hits us. I believe we block here. I don't think we go to 5 here. So we block and then we deal 1. Oh, I know. I go to 5. Wow, I go to 5 here. I feel like I need the Robo Rouser. Okay. I mean, it's kind of fair, but okay. All right. At least I have dig sight on the Acolyte, which is reasonable. And then we can attack here, okay, and then we can end this on the dromedary to get the dromedary value. Oh wait. Do I have the mana? Oh, okay, I can double Tone Blast the Duelist. I wonder if I see that. Just double. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, I just double Tone Blast the Duelist. Okay. Yeah, because the Duelist is so scary. Okay, we have perfect mana to do this. And then we get our 4/3 back. Okay. Okay, he draws an Abigail, sure. Does he attack? Doesn't attack with the 6/5, so that's really good. We're definitely going to be pinging 1 every turn. We draw a land here, not super happy. We don't have a Surveil ability, so now we're thinking our attacks are not very good here, so we just pass as well. Oh no, I attack. Oh, cause I'm just seeing if he knows, or if he's scared. He's not scared. He just trades, which is reasonable. Okay, so something I messed up here is I forgot. I guess it's not like guaranteed a mistake, but I forgot that the Ennis triggers when something is put into exile, and I thought that Dromedary counts as being in exile, but it's not an exile, right? It's just in the grave and it goes back to the hand. I'd have to Robo Rouser trigger or tap the Robo Rouser end step to be able to get the Ennis trigger. So I lose out on an Ennis trigger because I thought it worked. Yeah, so my Ennis is just a 2/2.
Is to learn.
Oh, I was like, what is that? That's the professor. He gets a professor. I could tap it to destroy the artifact, but there's none there, so it just dies. Dude, this guy's deck is annoying, right? He's played 2 duelists, and then now he's throwing a professor in there. So yeah, not in a great spot. We draw another land. Oh, we draw a land here. Damn, does he get this in the end? Oh man. We attack. We have nothing. Yeah, so I'm tapping here to actually scale the Ennis.
Your alignment.
What? He has another duelist? There's no shot. Does he have
enough cards?
Oh, pull from the grave. Yeah. Pull from the grave into another duelist. That triggers the the guy. Dude, what can I even draw at this point that keeps us in this? And if I had the 2/2 spirit, right? Like if I had the 2/2 spirit, it's so relevant. Oh, does that hit that hits together as 1, right? Yeah, that has to be the hit. Erodes, not good enough together as 1. That draws us 4. Oh no, do we have all 5? We do. We have all 5. Okay, that draws us all 5. So we can kill the 6/5 if we want to. It's got to be together as one here. Okay, yeah. So I do that. I'm going for his face. Okay. So I figure out he has 4 cards left. Oh man. Right. Okay. He has 4 cards left. It's been such a long game. Holy moly. Yeah. That's what it is. Okay. I see the O. I figure out he has 4 cards left. Oh man. Oh, what a tough game. Good game. We got it. Oh, that was the party. Oh, we found the line. Oh my god. I gotta use the restroom for that one. We found the line. Yeah, because I'm not sure killing a creature gets us there, right? So we could together as one kill the 6/5, and we can attack all, but he can triple block, and we're still like in a horrible spot. He kills our card. He'll kill our 1/4 for free, or no, I guess he would kill our maybe kill our 1/4 for, but he'd have to lose the other 2 minions. No, he lets the rubble rouser go through. So I guess I don't even attack with the rubble, so I just attack with the other 2. So he just chump blocks. Yeah, just chump blocks the 1/1. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure that gets us there, but we did find the line. So yeah, those are the moments. And I go and recheck and just, revel in that victory. All right. Next game, we keep a 2-lander going first. These are the games where you can instantly lose, keeping a 2-lander going first, because if you don't draw your 3rd land, you're kind of screwed. So, we don't draw any. Oh, we do draw a green source, so we're back in business. Okay, so things are fine. We're able to draw a 3rd land. We attack here. We'll see if he wants to trade. A lot of people don't trade their Luminets because it heals and stuff. So, and it also triggers a lot of their synergies. I think I bin the Stone Glider because here I recognize that I want to have the 4th land. No, I don't bin the. Okay, I think that's wrong. Another game, another mistake. Oh my god. I think we want to bin the Stone Glider because this play is less is greedier, right? But I think the power of just playing Excavator and then binning immediately getting a 2/2 spirit is just really powerful. But I mean, it's fine. It's just a fine play, but we can't even play the Stone Glider soon, right? Because we're going to be exiling our things in our grave, right, to get the spirit's value, or to play the Excavator if we don't draw a land. So when do we ever play the Stone Glider? It's gonna be so late, so much later in the game. So I think you're supposed to keep the land, bin the Stone Glider, and then you can guarantee next turn play the Excavator, get the 2/2 on value. But I don't do that. So let's see if we get punished and we don't draw a land. I mean, knowing our luck, right, that's exactly what's gonna happen. But maybe we don't get punished. So he's thinking he kills our Rubble Rouser. Okay. So yeah, he grapples with death our Rubble Rouser. So Excavator value doesn't exist. So I guess it's fine. And we do draw the land, so we would have been rewarded. But I don't know if that's like a really like a clean line from us to do that. But here we can attack, push the minions and then play the Excavator. So yeah, killing the Rubble Rouser pretty good for him because we don't get a spirit here. But still, we're still in a good spot. We have the Stone Glider now, so there's one argument now. Now we have a Stone Glider where we wouldn't have had a Stone Glider before. So you could argue that maybe this is better, considering that they killed the Rubble Rouser, but most people don't kill the Rubble Rouser. But then again, if it's turn 3, you don't have anything else to do. rubber rouser killing is reasonable because it removes a lot of synergies and removes the ramp. So reasonable, but I will say this line we did ended up working out better. Though I didn't feel like it was that great for us. Okay, he's killing everything, so we don't get any value. But here we can play the Stone Glider and then just hit him for 2 again. So same line. He plays the Poet and then he plays Send the Pest. We remove the Dig Site. Dig Site being very good card to discard because you still get half the value. And the half the value is the more important half because that's the half that triggers the exile from graveyard synergies. So we can just wilt if we want to. I think we just attack here. We can also dig site the Stone Glider if we just want to push 5 in the air, but I don't really feel like it does that much. And attacking with and putting the dig site on the Acolyte also doesn't do anything. So I think we just attack here. Let's see what we end up doing. Did I do nothing? Oh, no, I do attack, right? Oh, I just attack with the Acolyte. I don't attack, with the Stone Guy, I don't attack with the Acolyte? Why is that? I feel like attacking with the Acolyte trading the Poet is actually very reasonable. I block for sure. Block with the Acolyte, maybe. Yeah, because I don't want to lose this Stone Glider. And I get to heal too. Of course I block with the Acolyte. Right, okay, so he gets to draw a card if the end step triggers, but I can wilt in the Heat in response to the end step trigger to make him not draw a card, and I think that's reasonable. So likely gonna just wilt in the Heat before he hits end step so that he doesn't get the free card draw. Now we draw a Rubber Rouser, which is reasonable. Okay, so I think I see the issue here. I want a Rubber Rouser so that I can ramp next turn if I hit a land into the Together as One. But the downside is I want the Lorecaster to get the Together as One back. So there's a little bit of greed in me where I don't really want to lose the Lorecaster value, but I also feel like I need to do something, and I hope I just spin the Lorecaster, draw a card, dig deep into getting it. I guess I don't have to bend the Lorecaster. I can just play the Rubber Rouser. Wait, why am I doing this? Wait, why did I do it like that? I'm not sure. I guess I don't want him to attack back with the 3/2, and I guess I don't want to pump the Stone Glider because the Stone Glider becomes a really easy kill. Whereas having the Acolyte at 3/3 just makes the attacks really hard to deal with. Everything doesn't work. Yeah, and he has the Wander off. Yeah, so if I pump the 4/3, it becomes really problematic. Where now, like, he can't even attack here. Tone Blast is pretty decent. I can kill the Lumerette probably. Yeah, and then I can just attack with the Acolyte. And if he wants to make that trade, that's fine. Probably doesn't want to make the trade. Okay. Right. And then we just pass. If we get the land, we can play Together as One. We're good to go. And we do hit the land. We do hit the Together as One. He has a Chronomancer. He's been stuck on 4 lands. We've been stuck on 4 lands, to be fair, as well. But able to kill the Chronomancer before he's able to get the Lumerette back. We can exile the Bolt in the Heat, draw 3. And now we're in a pretty decent spot. He still doesn't want to trade off his Poet and the 1/1. Has a second Bogwater.
I say he's not trading.
I don't know what I said there. I said something, but he's just gonna attack back. We're at 32, so I don't really feel like it's doing anything. But he just knows he's not gonna trade his guys off, so he's just gonna attack you. So here I can hold up a road if I want to, and get Together as One back into my hand. So we're just gonna attack first, I guess. Attack first, and then we can play the land first. No, we have to tap the Rouser. We tap the Rouser. No. Another mistake. Oh my god, please come on. Alright, so we're supposed to tap the Rouser so that we can hold up the Erode or even play the Interceptor. You know, like both options are better than this. I think playing the Interceptor is fine if you don't think you need to hold up a road here, because it's not guaranteed that we need to hold up a road. So, but getting the Interceptor down is fine. I guess you can say that maybe I don't want to play the Interceptor until I guarantee can draw from it. But we have Together as One back in our hand. That argument doesn't really make that much sense because we have draw already as well as the hand. So just having the 1/2 down for the future turn seems a little bit better, as well as the ability to be able to tap something to attack. So yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah, just a mistake in my opinion. Should have tapped the Rebel Rouser so that I could hold up the white land so that I could play the Interceptor or hold up a road depending on the matchup. But here you likely play the Interceptor. So yeah. Another game, another mistake, but this is the same game that I think. But then again, the first mistake where we binned the land over the Stone Glider honestly ended up being way good because the Stone Glider got wanded off, right? And the Stone Glider pushed some damage. So honestly, the Stone Glider was arguably a better play than post result Collins talking about it. But this one I don't have justifications for. Oh my, okay. All right, now we see why he was not trading at all, because he had this this paradigm, right, to pump his creatures. So he just wanted to get himself in a position where he can play that and feel good about it. By the way, holding up a road would be pretty good here. But to be fair, it's not that important. I think I'm just checking that we have lethal, and I realize that we do. So I tap here, and then I can play Together as One and tap again. Tap the Together as One if we need it. But we drew the 4th color, so it didn't matter. But if we didn't draw the 4th color, right, we Together as One for 3, and then tap the Together as One to kill for lethal. So I was just checking I had lethal there. And that was a clean 7-0, actually. I didn't even realize we were that far ahead, but yeah.
I'll do something else, basically.
So
all right. This was a nice clean run, actually. Very, very clean run. Honestly, the Together as One was fantastic. This green splash was also fantastic. This was so smart. Just running these dual lands just to get the colors in. And the Great Hall was also very good. Archaic was good. Removal was on point. Excavators, they were so goated. Even this Dromedary in this list, actually, with the double Excavator and the Pursue and the Rousers, right? Like, the Dromedary also was like free value. This one copy of Dixie was also pretty good because it's a really easy target for Rouser. Like, the value is not in the cast. The value is like you mill a Rouser and you still get a card that triggers other synergies, right? Triggers the Excavators, triggers the Innes, right? It triggers, you know, a lot of other things that you're doing. So it's really good. The Pursue was very good with the Dromedary and the Dig Side and, you know, things like that. One copy of Tome Blast was solid. The Shattered, the Acolytes were goated too. Like, just adding some consistent heal factor that people really want to trade with. Really good. Group Project with the Excavator is really good. Even the Stone Glider with the Excavator is really good. Didn't cast this too much, but I'm happy to have more removal, and Scrollsmith is just a goated card anyways. Erode also super solid. Erodes with Lorecasters are just really good because it means turn 7, like turn 6 you can erode, turn 7 you can Lorecaster erode again. That's a huge tempo. And you know, the other cards, this is just a nice list. I'm really happy with how it performed, considering like the last run Didn't end up too well. Happy with these. That last run was 6th, but I was like sad though to get 6 instead of 7. But yeah, gonna do some work.
But yeah, hopefully
a bit of salvation
you guys liked
out here.
All right, like since we've done the run, hopefully you guys like the content. I have, I think, 1 or 2 more that I was able to get the full recording of, that I might post. I just kind of wanted to gauge like what are your thoughts on this, as well as like what, like, so we've kind of done a large number of games between like this week, last week, in terms of like on the channel. I would like to know like, oh, what was interesting to you in terms of my game experience. I think the games that I found the most engaging, like just trying them, was the Bazaar and Magic Arena. Like Magic Arena, you know, like those are the games I've been like, after playing them, you know, I play offline, like, you know, stuff like that I'm just like, oh, this is just fun. I just play it, especially these directions and stuff, and just the Bazaar. Like there's a lot of new stuff since I last played, so it's been interesting trying to relearn the meta and stuff like that. I would say like Once Upon the Galaxy was also pretty fun. Like I actually had a good time, but like the Bazaar has been like, oh, I wouldn't mind just like learning the meta of the Bazaar, that kind of thing. But overall, that was the run. Let me know your thoughts, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.
Educated calling snap. Once you watch him, you won't go back. He'll teach you tomorrow, snap. Your skills will be